What's up, y'all? Straw Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, today we're going to be checking out the top 100 jokes from Rodney Dangerfield. Now, you young kids don't know good comedy until you've heard Rodney, because he's not like the comedians today. They're all cocky and they're making fun of other people, right? Like kind of pushing the envelope. No, Rodney was all about making fun of himself, and he was so good at self-depreciating humor, and also really corny jokes, right? It's like they're kind of stupid, but he does it with such conviction. He's like, "Hey, I don't know," like you can't help but laugh after a while. Like you really buy into like this poor slob type of thing. So it's just one zinger after another.
Okay.
So we're going to check them out.
I'm excited.
I'm curious to see if you get most of his jokes.
I know.
I feel like they're very straightforward, but there's sometimes a lot of innuendo or double meaning that if English isn't your native tongue, or if you're clueless like my wife, then it might just go over your head. I hope you get it, though, because to me, he honestly is one of the funniest dudes around.
Okay. I think so. I have a feeling we connect.
By the way, when there's some more Wicked Wild reactions, make sure you subscribe.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show, only for my fans.
I tell you, I can't relax, you know? The other night I was in a place I felt like having a few drinks. Someone ordered a bartender. I said, surprise me. He showed me a naked picture of my wife. Tell you the truth, like my wife and I, we never have sex. Now, we get undressed. We can't stop laughing, you know? I got no sex life. 10 years ago, my wife put me on hold. My old man, he didn't help at all, my old man. We used to play tag and he'd drive. It's not easy being me. When I was born, the doctor told my mother I did all I could, but he pulled through anyway.
Oh, my God.
That's
I mean, nobody was nice. My mother never breastfed me. She told me she liked me as a friend. So when I was born, after the doctor cut the cord, he hung himself. And I tell you, I can't relax, you know? My dog drives me nuts. My dog. He wants me to mate him. I wouldn't mate him. Let him go through what I go through. I mean, last week was rough. Are you kidding? Last week I looked up my family tree. 2 dogs were using it. I tell you, my wife isn't too smart, you know. One night she went out, some guy stole the car. I sent you to see what he looked like. She told me she got the license plate number. Oh, my wife. Oh, one night she told me she felt romantic. I took her to a drive-in movie. I spent the whole night trying to find out what car she was in. This afternoon, my wife cracked up the car again. I was out driving her. She told me she was going to make a U-turn. I'll tell you, the letter she made. You'll never find any out there. Oh, he's a strange doctor.
Strange
oh,
doctor.
Hey, kid. I asked him if my heart was strong enough for sex. He told me not if I join in, you know?
What?
I'll tell you my trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombosh. Know my doctor?
No.
Oh, I called him last week. I told him, Doc, I swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills. He told me to have a few drinks and get some rest.
Life's not easy.
Not easy. You
Not
can't trust
easy.
doctors either. They're all mixed up. You
really
kidding?
think so, huh?
My proctologist used to be a photographer.
Yeah.
Hey, he took x-rays, told me to bend over and say cheese. I said, no, low, Johnny.
Oh,
You kidding? I told my wife I want to die in bed. She said, again?
What?
I'm getting old. I'm not a kid
Again?
anymore. I know I'm getting old. In Vegas, I played a slot machine. 3 prunes came up. I know I'm getting old. I'm at the age now, if I hear someone goes both ways, I figure it's number 1 and number 2, you know. I tell you, I don't get a break with nothing. I joined Gamblers Anonymous. They gave me 2 to 1, I don't make it. Oh, boy, the other night in Las Vegas, I tell you, I got loaded. I know what I'm doing. I played dice, I lost $1,000. I got even, though. I stole 400 sweet and lows.
What's
This afternoon, my
sweet
wife started
low?
in here. Yeah, she keeps throwing up when I work Las Vegas. I went broke playing the slot machines, you know. I'll tell you, Las Vegas, I got slot machines all over, even in supermarkets. I went in to buy a container of milk, cost me $238. My old man, he didn't help either. The time I was kidnapped, they sent back a piece of my finger. He said he wanted more proof. Hey, you kid, I know I'm ugly. I stuck my head out the window, got arrested for mooning. I know I'm ugly. I went to a freak show. They let me in for nothing. Kid, I was an ugly kid, too. How ugly?
They know how this game goes.
I was so ugly, my mother breastfed me through a straw. Hey, my wife can't do nothing right. She can't cook, the worst cook in the world. Gave my kid alphabet soup. He spelled out help. What a lousy cook. I mean, how can toast have bones?
That's so you. Oh my God. You cook stuff, Lisa, going, how is this possible? What did you cook?
I don't do that.
Oh my God. Oh, Rodney. Oh, jeez. He's just speaking truths at this point.
She's a lousy cook, too. She can't cook at all. I leave dental floss in the kitchen, the roaches hang themselves. I live in New York on the west side, you know. Rough neighborhood, rough. I'll tell you, I live in the only neighborhood when I plan my budget, I allow for hold-up money. What a neighborhood. Well, the first day I moved in, I asked a cop, I said, how long I walk to the subway? He said, I don't know. So far, no one ever made it. It's a rough building, I tell you, rather than nothing but every night there's robberies, forget about it. Nothing but robberies in my apartment building, you know? I mean, every time I close a window, I hit somebody's hands. I tell you, folks, with me, nothing comes easy. You know, I can't lose any weight. I tried jogging. I keep running into restaurants. When I got my shoes shone, I had to take the guy's word for it. I mean, I was fat. I'll tell you that. Doctors say all kinds of exercise is great. You burn up energy, you lose calories. I mean, in fact, doctors say when a man makes love to a woman, he burns up energy, he loses 150 calories. I made love to a girl once and lost even more. I lost 150 calories, my watch, and my wallet. And the last time I made love to my wife, it was ridiculous. Nothing was happening. I looked at her, I said, what's the matter? Can't you think of anyone either? Now, you kid, I know my wife cheats on me. Every time I come home, the parrot says, quick, out the window, you know? My sex life is nothing. My wife cut me out to once a month. Cut me down to once a month. Oh, I'm lucky. 2 guys I know she cut out completely. My old man, he didn't help either. Kept taking me to the zoo. He said he was hoping my real parents would claim me. And my kids, they don't help either. The other day I told my kid, I said, someday you'll have children of your own. He said, so will you.
Oh.
What a smart kid I got. The other day I told him about the birds and the bees. He told me about my wife and a butcher. I tell you, I can't relax. My kid drives me nuts. The other day I told him, I says, you're young, you don't have it upstairs. He told me I'm old, I don't have it downstairs. And this girl was no bargain either. She was fat.
Fat, huh?
I'm fat when she wears high heels, she strikes oil, okay?
That's a big girl.
Ooh, remember how we met? I hit her with my car. She said me once go around me. I told her I didn't think I had enough gas. I met her at the Macy's parade. She was wearing ropes. I always wondered how my wife got her license the first time she took the test. I found out the inspector said he wouldn't go through that again. The last time my wife drove the car, she cracked it up, went into a tree. She told me it wasn't her fault. She blew the horn. I mean, are you kidding? Oh, my mother had morning sickness after I was born. I got no respect the day I was born.
Really?
No respect. The doctor picked me up and smacked me. I found out the nurse, she got a few in too. Now, with gambling, I'm never lucky. Well, last week at the track, I shot off the opening gun and they killed my horse. I mean, I'm getting old. I'm not a kid anymore. I know I'm getting old. In Vegas, I played a slot machine. 3 prunes came up.
Oh, we just heard that.
They figure I'm the type of guy I get drunk and go to the track, right? They're wrong. I get high first. I get drunk and go to the track. And my old man, he didn't like my looks either. But he carried around a picture of the kid who came with the wallet. I mean, are you kidding? My old man never liked me. When he took me hunting, he gave me a 3-minute head start.
Oh.
On the way home, he tied me to the fender, put the deer in the car. Oh. I'm not a kid. I'm getting older, Johnny. I'm getting old. You kidding? I took a vacation, went to Mexico.
He's sweating.
Oh, you kidding? My age, to me, the daily double is prune juice and an enema. My last birthday cake, I couldn't blow out the candles. The heat drove me back.
Oh, Lord. This dude, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
He's so funny. And his gesture, like, that's
just, look.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it's so much fun, because he really buys into it. He's not a cocky, hey, he really is like, hey, you know.
My old man.
Me, right? Like my mom, my dog, my kids, my wife.
My old man, don't forget
my doctor, Mr. Boomba. Like everybody, right? Like in his life has it out for him.
So he's from New York, yeah?
I don't know where he's from, actually. But you're
New
right.
York, see?
I guess so. That is a New York,
so
New York style accent. Yeah. there you go. He was born in Babylon, New York. Had a tough childhood growing up in a financially struggling family with an absent father. I can see this. I can see him using jokes as a way to cope. And at some point, he's like, hey, this is great, right? It's just, well, actually, I've seen him, not live, but like one of his performances. And it's just rapid fire. You don't even have time to digest. You're just laughing one thing after the next. And he's so good at
really?
that.
Like the whole thing?
The whole thing is just like, yeah. There may be like stories that are woven throughout, but for the most part, like we heard it, right? It's something about his wife doesn't love him, the kids don't love him, the dog don't love him, something about the doctor, about getting old.
His parents.
And it's just 50 variations of the same thing, but all told in. It almost feels to me like there used to be time before where I would read, like Saturday morning, I would read like the funny papers, right? And the newspaper was always the funny section. And you always had to make someone laugh within like 3 panels. He was so good at that. Like every time he went up there, every joke was just a little nugget of funny thing. Like something to make you like laugh. Some of them were just flat out, oh, what a take. What a take. Yeah, one of a kind, man. One of a kind.